Once upon a time, in a bustling village, there lived a clever fox named Felix. Felix was known for his wit and intelligence, but he had a habit of using his skills to trick other animals to get what he wanted. One day, Felix overheard a conversation about a grand feast that was to take place at the farmer's yard. The news spread quickly, and all the animals were excited about the luscious food that awaited them. However, the feast was by invitation only, and Felix, not being the farmer's favorite, knew he had no chance of getting an invite. Determined to attend, Felix devised a cunning plan. He approached Henrietta the hen, who was known to be generous and kind-hearted. "Henrietta," he said sweetly, "I hear you have an invitation to the farmer's feast. You see, I have a bad leg and cannot hunt for my dinner. Could you please pass along your invitation so I might enjoy a good meal?" Henrietta, always willing to help a friend in need, agreed without hesitation. "Anything for you, Felix. After all, everyone should enjoy the feast. Here, take my invitation." With a grin, Felix walked off, leaving Henrietta to believe she had done a good deed. The day of the feast arrived, and Felix strutted confidently into the yard. The farmer, noticing the fox, was puzzled. "Felix, I didn't extend an invitation to you," he remarked. Felix, not missing a beat, presented Henrietta's invitation. "But I've got one right here." The farmer, knowing Henrietta's compassionate nature, sighed. "All right, since you have the invitation, you may stay." Felix gorged himself on the delectable spread, feeling triumphant. However, the next day, news of Felix's trickery spread through the village. The animals were disappointed in their friend Henrietta, thinking she favored Felix over them. Henrietta, realizing too late that she had been fooled, felt embarrassed and saddened by the rift caused by her unintended actions. Seeing the hurt he had caused, Felix felt a pang of guilt. Henrietta had only shown him kindness, and he had repaid her with deceit. Determined to set things right, Felix gathered the animals and declared, "I apologize for my selfish actions. It was wrong to take advantage of Henrietta's generosity, and I vow to mend my ways. Please forgive me." Moved by his sincerity, the animals forgave Felix. He learned the value of honesty and friendship and became an advocate for truth, often helping his fellow villagers with their problems. His change of heart restored peace and harmony, teaching the valuable moral: honesty is the best policy, and real friends don't deceive each other. Once upon a time, in the quaint village of Whisker Woods, there lived a peculiar little mouse named Maurice. Unlike the other mice, Maurice had a unique gift. He could transform into a ghostly figure whenever he wished. This gift was bestowed upon him by a wise old owl for his courage, allowing Maurice to explore the world without fear. Maurice's best friend was Lucy, a curious tabby cat with bright green eyes who loved to learn about everything around her. Together, Maurice and Lucy wandered through the meadows and visited the towering old oak tree at the heart of the woods, where the wise owl dwelled. One sunny morning, Lucy turned to Maurice with a sparkle in her eyes. "Let's explore the old castle at the edge of the village," she suggested. "Everyone says it's haunted." "Haunted," said Maurice, twitching his little whiskers in excitement. "That sounds like an adventure." With a swish of his tiny tail, he transformed into a ghostly mouse. "I'll be the perfect ghostly guide." As they crept into the castle's grounds, Lucy stuck close to Maurice. The castle, draped in ivy, loomed overhead. Its windows were dark and dusty, but instead of feeling scared, Maurice felt a thrilling sense of discovery. Inside, They found cobweb-laden rooms filled with secrets and surprises. Their hearts raced with every creaky floorboard and mysterious shadow. "Look over here," whispered Lucy, nudging Maurice towards an old painting on the wall. They stared at the painting and realized it was a portrait of the castle's former owner, Sir Barnaby. "Legend says he adored adventure and loved hidden treasures," Maurice said. "Maybe we can find one of his treasures." Suddenly, they heard a soft, whispering sound. Exchanging excited glances, Maurice and Lucy followed the voice. The voice led them to an ancient bookcase. With Morris's ghostly push, the bookcase swung open, revealing a secret passage. Down the passage, they found a dusty room filled with dusty old books and trinkets. In the corner sat a beautiful, shining compass. Maurice picked it up, and the compass began to glow warmly in his ghostly hands. "This must be Sir Barnaby's adventure compass," Lucy marveled. "It shows you the way when you're lost," taking the compass as a memento of their adventure. Maurice and Lucy understood the true treasure they discovered was their courage and friendship. From that day on, Maurice knew that his gift was best used to explore and learn rather than to hide from the world, while Lucy learned that with curiosity and a good friend by her side, no mystery was too daunting. And so, Maurice the ghost mouse and Lucy the tabby cat continue to share countless adventures, laughter, and heartfelt lessons amongst the whispering trees of Whisker Woods. They always used their gifts for good and adventure, spreading warmth and courage to all the creatures they met. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the edge of an enchanted forest, lived a curious boy named Tommy. His eyes sparkled with wonder at the tales of magic, mystery, and the curious creatures whispered among villagers. Despite the elders' warnings, Tommy's curiosity was ever growing, particularly about the enchanted forest said to hold life lessons. One sunny afternoon, unable to resist the allure, Tommy ventured into the woods. The tall trees danced to the melody of the wind, whispering secrets of old to anyone who dared listen. The deeper Tommy went, the denser and more magical it became. As he walked, he stumbled upon a clearing where a shimmering pond lay still like glass. Near the pond sat a wise old owl perched on a branch. His eyes were deep pools of knowledge, and he beckoned Tommy closer. "Welcome, young traveler," hooted the owl. "I sense you seek wisdom. Very well, you shall learn. This forest holds many teachings, and today you'll unravel one." Delighted, Tommy sat by the pond, listening eagerly. The owl shared a tale of the pond's magic. "This water shows one's true reflection, more than just what's outside. Look closely, and you'll see your heart's deepest desires and fears," the owl explained. Curious, Tommy leaned forward and peered into the pond.